How you doing? Today's a little different video. Been doing a lot of saw stuff. We got a lot of things started. Now we're finishing, and we're working on saws that are normal builds all the time in the background. That a lot of these I probably won't show till they're finished, like that Blue Thunder. We've covered enough on that. The 372. So we said that the other day. Now we're going to move on. This is the kind of video I don't like making because I don't like to state my opinion on things. So I'm not. Well, maybe a little toward the end. Who knows? I don't know. If I get wound up enough, I will. But I love this country. A lot of you know that I'm a veteran. I was a combat medic in the 18th Airborne Corps. You know that. I was stationed at good old Stewart. Yep, boy, it's hot down there. And I was proud to serve. And I'm damn proud to live here in these United States. You go to foreign countries, certain ones, when you come home, you'll kiss the ground you walk on. I'll promise you that. But we have some strange and unique things happening that is affecting our normal way of life. I can't do nothing about that, but together we can. We can. And I'm going to help some of you get through this. Veterans, this first part of this is for you. There's things you need to know. I know way around the system pretty good. I think most medics real quick learn how to maneuver through the system. When you were part of the system in another fashion, active duty, and then you get into the VA system, you learn what's important. You learn how to boom, 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 fast track things. You know, certain keywords to say, phrases, and information. Never tell your VA everything you're thinking, because they look at you like you're just complaining. Okay, I went through a little bout here a couple weeks ago, and my personal recent experiences is why I'm sharing your VA healthcare, what I know. And there's three big ones. Time for my annual eye checkup. I've got cataracts. They monitor them. They give me glasses every year, just like they do you guys. You get glasses. Okay. My August, I believe 9th or 8th or something, first week of August, eye appointment got canceled. They moved it to September 26th. They tried to move it back further than that. I go, oh no. Send me to the outside. Well, we can't do that. Yes, you can. You have the right, if you can't get care in a timely fashion, or it's too far for you, you have the right to go to the outside. They have to put that paperwork in. I'm going to tell you right now, this is the way it is. This is law. Plain and simple. Most laws don't always work good. In this case, I'm going to show you and tell you how that works. Okay, I'll tell you another thing is, I broke my back. You know that. Major back injury. I had to have back surgery. I'll tell you just a little more about that. I think I shared some of it, but I'll share more of that too. And I got it through the VA. But recently, my knees have flared up. They actually, when all this crap started and they started shutting things down, is right when I needed knee injections. So being a good soldier, I says, well, we'll just wait this out. I don't want to go anywhere right now anyway. So I've been gimping around for the last few months. And I see trouble coming in the future. I see where the possibility of kids being at home schooling again in some areas. So that's just, and which is, it is what it is. We endure this. We'll get through this together. Okay? So, I contact my care provider, at the VA that I go to, which I won't talk to you about what one it is. And I said, geez, I need consult with ortho. Oh, no problem. You're going to have to get x-rays. Yeah, I know that. I said, you got some from a year ago on record on my knees. Would you, they good enough? I've had knee injections for 20 years. Sometimes I go a year or two without having to have them, or I'll get 3 in 1 year. It all depends, but it greatly helps me. So I'm hobbling and gipping around, and I said, yeah, enough's enough. So my care provider tells me, well, gee, we're not going to be able to get you into ortho for a consult until sometime in the end of September. I go, what? Oh, no. That ain't going to fly. I should do your best. Well, he says, I'm going to try to see what we can do. He says, our hands are tied. They don't want to see any more people in the VA than absolutely necessary. If it's not an emergency, they don't want you there. And they're trying to reduce the numbers. Okay, you ain't reducing my sorry number. I'm going to tell you that right now. I served my country. Now my country's going to serve me. They signed the same contract I did. I held my end up. Same as you guys and all of you that know veterans that are going through the same thing. Well, I'll tell you how I got my back surgery after dealing with them for a few years. Every year, it got worse and worse. I had a separation in my spine, L5 and S1. I mean, it went boom, just like that. Oh, God. Sciatic pain like you never seen. Debilitating. And I put a bunch of weight on, which I have not lost all of it. I've lost half of it. I kind of locked up. That's my own fault, isn't it? Yes, it is. Now, I'm doing something about it, but it is my own fault. I let that happen. So, here's the secret to how I got back surgery. And if you feel like you've exhausted every effort to get seen for something that you really feel should be taken care of, I don't even care what it is. I'm going to give you some information. Did you know you can call Washington? And did you know if you do, within 2 to 3 days, I will promise you, you're going to have somebody call you. Your local VA will call you. Your doctor will call you. And they're going to be saying, what do we have to do to make this problem go away? You know your rights. If they can't get you right in within a 30-day period, or if they're trying to make you travel excessive, there is a mileage limit to how far they can make you travel. You get to go in the civilian world by law. They don't want you to know that. I'm going to give you the hotline complaint number in Washington. More than likely, you're going to speak to a veteran that's on that hotline. I ended up talking to a Marine Sergeant Major, retired, or I guess he was a Master Sergeant, retired. And he said, Mr. Drake, he said, I'm going to make your problems go away so fast you're not going to believe it. In a matter of 3 weeks, after years of trying to get something done and no other way to get it done, I had back surgery. Yes, that quick. The director of my local VA himself called me. Said, I don't know who you talked to or who you called, but boy, you're shaking my world. And we're going to do things. They don't have it where that you can easily go. Let's say that you have cancer, and you know in Philadelphia VA, that's a major cancer center. Let's just use that as an example. I'm not saying it is, it isn't. Your VA can't send you to get that help there. Oh, yes, they can. They don't want to. The VA monitors itself on its own performance. Okay? Veterans ain't known to complain a lot, just some. Now, we'll grumble about bad chow before we will something that we should be complaining about. That's the way it is, you know. I like to chow too, but the number for Washington complaint hotline is 1-855-948-2311. Tell you again, 1-855-948-2311. Make sure you got a legitimate complaint. If they can't get you in 2 weeks, you better frickin' get real. But if they're saying a month and a half, or they plain and simple don't offer that, or they want you to travel this crazy distance. I had to go to the Bronx for my surgery, I'll tell you that right now. And they took me down there, and they got me home. Yes, they did. That number works. You use that. You use that. And I'm telling you, from my experiences only, nobody else's. And not only that, the back surgery went well. I got rods in my back now, but they treated me fairly, and I couldn't eat the food while I was down there, but yeah, it wasn't home cooking, and it wasn't recognizable what it really was in some cases. But I don't care about that. I got my thing done. So, as I'm talking to my care provider on the phone yesterday, he says, I kind of feel like if they don't do, when they call you next week, if they don't have good answers, he says, I got an idea. This might turn into another little fiasco for the VA. I says, more than likely it would. But I'm going to use my proper chain of command, my proper channels first. Do it my way. When that doesn't work, then I'm going to call. Something that is dear to my heart, genuinely, is America. It really is. There's no way you can understand the mad respect that I got for Americans. And I'm going to tell you, I hate politics. I hate them. There's one thing that I hate worse than politics. That's politicians. Straight away. I don't. Man, a man that's trained from birth to lie is a politician. You know, they want to debate this and they want to do this. Look at how they do bills and try to, like, okay, well, give me this and this in mine, and then we'll let you have what you want over here. Okay, guess what? It shouldn't be debatable. Everything should stand on its own merit, and it's not. Here's one here. I promised myself I would never mention names when it come to these areas. I didn't want to get into it. But I've got something that I'm really upset about, and let me tell you first what I'm upset about. Yeah, it's probably going to turn into a rant, and there's nothing I can do about it. When it starts boiling over, the heat don't get turned down real quick. I can't go to a local bar, and if I wanted to have a beer with a friend. Eat a little bar food or something. I can't do it. We're not allowed. I can't go to the local racetrack. Outdoors, mind you, and watch a race. I can't do it. There's many things I can't do. The state parks, they're making it here where they're greatly reducing how many sites are available. I'm down with that. I understand. I'm willing to cooperate. This crap that's going on with these protesters, there's something that can be done about that slowly. I think something will be done. But you have the right, if you don't like what you see and you think it's being unfairly treated, that you can't open your business or you can't send your children to school, but you can have 2,000-3,000 people protesting in one spot, they don't spread corona? Wrong. If you're going to get corona in a bar room, you're going to get it in a frickin' protest. They're not immune. But nobody's saying anything about that. Everybody's afraid to touch this subject. I'm not. I've had enough. I don't even care what happens. I want you to know I've had enough of that. Now, let's talk about one politician that got my attention straight away. Congressman Jim Jordan. Thank you. You did it. You made my day. Everybody knows who Dr. Fauci is. I'm not telling you which way I'm leaning toward all this. Jim Jordan, in an interview with Dr. Fauci, he pinned him right down. He says, hey, what about, you're talking about social distancing, wearing masks. Masks are a good idea. Yep, that helps. How come in March you said that masks were only made to help medical profession? It's really going to do no good to wear a mask in public. Now it's a good idea to wear a mask. Okay, let's just blame that on the politics situation. You live and learn, right? Maybe he changed his mind. Okay, he's mentioned baseball games. That's a bad idea. Public events are a bad idea. Closing bars, restaurants, it's a bad idea to go out there in public. Plain and simple. Limit how many people are in a grocery store or department store. Do all this. These are all important things. And you know what? If I had great concerns on COVID, which right now I don't, I think it's a freaking bald-faced lie. Absolutely a political agenda. Somebody better convince me. Now, I'm not taking COVID lightly. I'm not. That is dangerous. But let's get a set of rules that's standardized for everybody. Let's do that. So, whether I agree with some of these protesters or militiamen they want to call themselves that are fighting for their cause, not going to tell you. You already know. But I'll tell you what, let's treat everybody fairly. Call your congressman if you get upset enough. En masse, they listen to you. Trust me, they do. They listen. Whether they'll do something about it is all depends on the congressman that you talk to. You got it. But it does work. I know that for a fact. It's a good place to start with us, but it's wrong. It is wrong on so many levels to tell me that things that are enjoyable, that you can social distance. You can social distance in a bar. In fact, a lot of bars don't have 20, 30 people in them. Go to them. Stay away. Bring your personal party with you. Stay away. Kind of self-monitor. Okay, that's pretty good. That works. But I can go to a protest, stand there and watch it, participate into it, or fight against it. Whatever I so choose. And I have no danger of catching COVID or spreading COVID. Yeah, is that right? Is that really right? Well, Dr. Fauci, when he got pinned down by Congressman Jim Jordan on this subject, you look this up. Watch it. It's on YouTube. It set me off a little. He says, does protesting lead to the spread of a disease? Well, oh, really? That's what you got to say? No, what I'm saying is, it's a bad idea to have a large crowd in public. Okay, you already said baseball games, NASCAR races, all this stuff that's just plain and simple going to go out the door. You can't go to your bar, you can't go to your restaurant. Some states are open up and some things, some ain't. So I can't tell you what your state is. You would know already anyway. But he can't got an opinion on friggin' protesting. I totally believe in a peaceful protest. That's our American right. It's just as important as a lot of other rights we got. But I don't condone people that are doing violent acts of destruction. That's terrorism and should be treated as such. There's another bias. I don't like all of this. This will probably be the last time I say anything about none of this. But I want you veterans to know what your rights are and where to call to get help when you get so frustrated that you can't get your appointments in a timely fashion. You can't get treatment that's necessary, and you can't get things done when all of you that are veterans or families of veterans would probably understand what that man went through. I don't care what level he was at in any branch of the military. That isn't easy. That's 90% suck military life is. That's where we get that embrace the suck from. When you got to endure something to get through it, but you want to know something, that 10%, oh yeah, it's worth it. And we got to serve. So, hopefully you guys understand where I'm coming from on some of this. Hopefully I didn't spoil what my views really are. I might have a little here and there. I'm not trying to tell you what to think or what to do. I don't want to do that. I'm giving you options. I'm giving you the way I see things. And I appreciate all you being here to listen to this little bit. It's, like I said, I don't like making these videos like this, but once in a while, I got something to say. And I'm saying it. Good or bad or indifferent. In public, right outside on my road, or downtown, when somebody comes up and asks me a question, I'll give them a straight answer. Once in a blue moon, something's bad enough, I give them a very direct opinion, and it generally sinks in pretty good. And I do it in no uncertain terms where it's completely understood, and this, hopefully I've done the same thing here. Okay, thank you so much. I want you to all have a good weekend, no matter what you're doing or where you are. Goodbye.